Hey, what's up, y'all? So, this is the first time I do this because I like toys, adult toys, not those kind, but arm wrestling toys, right? Handles. I got about 20 different various of handles here that I'm gonna share with y'all. And to make sure I do this somewhat nice, I decided to divide them all up into organizations and factories and stuff. So, let's start with the fat grips, okay? So, you get your regular handle, but this one's a cone grip, actually. As you can see the shape. Cone grip, I can take this off and it's just your basic handle. But I can also use the fat grip 1 series. As you can see, once I put my hand around it, my thumb is touching my middle finger. I can use the original, that started the whole thing, basic fat grip. Once I grab that, I got a little bit gap between my middle and my thumb finger. Or the fat grip extremes, okay? When I grab that bad boy, you see the gap is that much bigger. So you can take any one of these grips here and you can actually put it on this basic handle you can get from stores and stuff like that. So that's that. That's where it all started for me. All the rest came later on. So fat grips and cone grip. Now, moving on to Country Crest, which is pretty much non-existent now, but I'm glad I got some things. The actual Country Crest handle, I don't have anymore because a good friend of mine, she needed some work done. She needed to up her game. And so I said, you know what? I'll sell it to you. No big deal. So, but I still got a few things. So this one, the Country Crest hand grip, right? This is unique because this was Raymond Cody's actual hand of a mold, as you can see right there. So this right here would be your actual thumb pad, right? That's what that is right there. And I'll go ahead and turn it this way. You can see the little bulging thumb right here. Turn it the other way, you can probably still see it. But he made them in left and right hand. But since I'm a better left-handed pull than right, I went and got just one of them from the left hand. You could put straps through here. You could put on the actual bracket. But basically, you put your thumb in the webbing right there, grip around it. It even has the grooves right down there. I don't know if y'all can see that, but see that kind of grooves right here? You know, so I can actually just go ahead and put my thumb here, grip it around, and I'm actually pulling someone's hand, you know. You can have it this way, you can position it that way, either or. It's pretty cool, pretty unique. Then you got the Raptor handle, this one right here, also from Country Crest, you know, I like this because, number one, if you look like any other handle, this one's unique because it has 3 holes right here. So everyone uses the middle one for obvious reasons, but you can also, on a pulley, carabiner goes right here. You got your, like a high hook. Down here, you can kind of do low, so you can focus more on this pressure right here on the bottom of the wrist. So that was kind of unique. So I use these 2 a lot too. Now then, also what I can do, we go to the Red Lightning. Okay, so I got about 3 handles plus the actual bracket here. So here's your bracket Red Lightning. That's his, little lightning bolt handle right here. And I got 3 handles here. Your eccentric handle, and that's Robert Kelly. Look him up. He's on Facebook and social media. This one's a little bit different than some of the other ones I got. So a little smaller, but I kind of like it because it fits my hand. But as you can tell, you don't want to get to a point where your fingers jam into this spot right here, but it's small enough to where I can still control that. Your thumb, if you can choose to do so, you can put in this hole. If not, you can have it up like this, and you can go ahead and work on your cup, things like that. Now, the Chocolate Thunder one, he named, that's this bad boy right here, a different kind of shape. I put some grip tape on here for better, traction. Same thing, bracket goes in there, big hole, you can put your thumb in there or choose not to. But I like this one. It's a little wider, different shape, obviously, as y'all can see that. So I like this one. Once again, hook it up to the bracket, thumb in here. You can still be able to kind of, work your cupping. And then the Red Lightning has their version of the Wrist Max, and that's this one right here, okay? Red Lightning. Now with this one, it's kind of narrow. So this is more, I did a video about this about a few weeks ago. I like the Velcro. It's a little bit more tighter than the actual Wrist Max from, and we'll get to the other guys in a second. But this is more of, I think, finger pressure because it's not as curved, right? It's not as curved. So that was more of a finger pressure deal. Again, put this bad boy on the bracket right there and you're in business. You can either put your thumb here, and there I can see that, and work that, or you can just say, screw it. I'm gonna put my thumb on the outside like that, and I'm just gonna work on finger pressure because I think you get more finger pressure than actual cupping because the fact that it's a little shallow on the curved area. So those are that. And before you ask me, do I use all of them? Yes and no. A lot of it depends on what tournament I'm doing next, what opponent I got coming up next, and I'll choose a certain group of handles and I'll use that. Moving on, Wristballnet, Wristball.net. Okay, so we got all these bad boys here. I got 2 brackets for these guys. Here's one of them, of course, right? There you go. I can put any one of these handles on that one. Here's my other one I like to use too. So 2 brackets for that. First things first, let's talk about the wrist max because we got done doing the Red Lightning version of the wrist max. As you can see, it's more curved. And I took off the strap, the black strap that used to go right here because I got tired of my fingers jamming into the strap when I went to do my cup in motion. So I got rid of that completely. And now I can use any one of these 3 holes, this one, that one, or that one, to put on here or on there. The difference is the closer you get, which would be here to the hand, the easier it is. The further you get out to the hand, the more challenging it is. But again, wrist max, put it in here, more of a curve, so now I can really focus on the cupping aspect. Now, their version of an eccentric handle, a little wider, a little thicker. Same thing, it has this little lip right here you can put your thumb in. I like this one. It's not as smooth as the Red Lightning one, but you see these grooves right here? It's kind of like grip, so you really don't need a whole bunch of chalk because I have these grooves here and I can just sit there and just kind of work all day. Again, I can choose to put my thumb here or not, you know, but again, go get you one. The cone version of it, same thing. I like these grooves because it really makes a difference. Here's your cone right there, same thing, you know. Then you got the smaller version. I think this is the 50 mm, I can't remember, but that's your 50 mm. They're known by the grooves. You know, there it is right there. I can sit there and just work that. Or I like this one because it's off-centered. I think this is the 60 mm. Off-centered, which makes it a little bit more difficult depending on where you want to grab it from because now you have to actually fight against something because it's not in the center. So that's always pretty cool too. So those are those handles from Arm Sport. So you want to look them up, wristball.net. Now, moving on. Wrist Max. Gotta love them. Now, oh yeah, this bad boy here. This I just got from Amazon. I know Armstrong has them. I know other factories make these kind right here, the wrist wrench, but I like this one. Some people don't like the fact that there's a strap right here. I do because it kind of mimics the fact that I do want to go ahead and, you know, if I ever get into a strap match, right? So you can actually put your hand here, you know. I put my thumb on the outside, so when I got this carabiner on my pulley and I'm doing this, actually I roll it up like this first. The more I roll it up, the more tension I get. You don't want to go as slack. And then this is how I'm working it, just like that. Or you can just go ahead and if you want to put your thumb in, you can. I really don't do it that way. You know, you can do it this way, or not even use the strap and just put your hand around it and just really work that. So this comes in handy. You can use this thing about, you know, 3 different ways or whatnot. Now, last group I got, Easy Real Arm Wrestling Club. Okay, funny how like the Arm Sports is red, Easy Real thing is blue. Shocker. Pronation thumb. There we go. And if you really want to make a homemade run, you can go to, I don't know, get a PVC pipe, cut a shape and do that kind of stuff. I really don't like that, but I like this because you can use this for your thumb. Again, carabiner on a pulley system, you can really just, you know, it's almost like if I'm pulling somebody with a thicker thumb and I put my thumb webbing right there, I can either cap and do this or I can choose not to, you know. Again, I'm just doing that. I love it. Pronating thumb. There you go. And that's for your top roll. For your hook, obviously, you got this, right? So here's your cone, once again. And I always found it, I like it so much, I like the feel of it, but sometimes it's just real, it takes a lot for me to actually use one of these, because once I roll this up, you know, and I really work this, you know, it just feels weird. It feels like I have nothing down here and everything up here is just loosey-goosey. So that's just something I have to get used to, I guess, you know. And I can attach another strap right here and make it longer to make it, you know, where I can go farther away and not be so close. Or flip it like this, same thing, you know. Now I'm working it just like that. So it's just taking me a while to get used to that. And that's for inside. Wrist ball, their version of it, as you can see right there, doesn't take a lot. Carabiner here. I like to put the strap in between the webbing and my hand here, and I got to go ahead and just work the pronation just like that. Sometimes I'll even cap my thumb here and just still get that same motion, same mobility. Then you got the wrist bar, and this one you can work. Here's what I was talking about. I got a bunch of straps on this one. So wrist bar, where I can either work it like this. I can either turn it to the side, grab a little lower, pronate like that. Once again, this is on a pulley, and I could just work that pronation. And then the last one I got here, pretty unique, kind of heavy, but this is their version of what they had for like gripping someone's hand. As you can see on the inside of it here, this would mimic someone's thumb pad, of course, right here, you know. Now, I'm glad they got the padding here and right here where your thumb would go. Now, sometimes people think it can get in the way. I got a teammate who has one. He actually took the padding off and now it rubs against his thumb. I don't know if he still uses it, but this is going against the left-hander. So you would just put your thumb through here, you know, grab, here's the meat right there. You grab on and now we're ready to go, right? Makes it difficult to cap your thumb. I can still do it, but I don't have little to no room to do this in, right? So I have to really cinch in here. Now, you got these big long straps that go with it, with a metal D-ring, and you put a carabiner on that. Depending on what you want to do, if you want to go into a hook or whatnot, then you have this hole right there, that hole right there. If you want to top roll, you got these slots right there. So you can do all kind of stuff with that. So again, this is from Easy Rail. So there's all my handles, about 20 of them, give or take. So hope you guys enjoyed. That was a long video, but I'm glad you stuck around. Take care.